again with Spider-Man animated series, this time season 1 episode 7. I nearly fucked up and said episode... well, I nearly said season 3 then. I've been watching way too much Ben 10. I made that joke last time, but honestly it's still fresh in my mind, so I did it again. But yeah, this is going to be episode 6. This is episode 7, and last time we had Scorpion and a surprising sympathetic view towards J. Jonah Jameson, of all people. Because last time we learned that J. Jonah Jameson, he hates Spider-Man because in his youth, in his earlier days as a reporter, he was trying to investigate a crime boss, and the crime boss told him to let go of the story. He didn't, and then someone came around and shot Jameson's wife. So that's someone wearing a mask shot Jameson's wife, so that's why he doesn't like people in masks who think they're above the law, and that is why he doesn't like Spider-Man. So yeah, and also I've got to wonder which woman is Peter going to have on the go in this episode, because honestly, how many times does he have to switch back and forth between Mary Jane and Felicia? I know he's going to eventually end up with Mary Jane because that's just how it is, but honestly, how does he have two women on the go at the same time is the question. But yeah, I wonder which villain is going to show up. I mean, we had Scorpion last episode. We've had iconic villains such as the Lizard, the Kingpin, Doc Ock, Mysterio, and Scorpion. We've had all those so far. Who is going to show up this time? So let's not waste any more time finding out. So let's just get into season 1 episode 7 of Spider-Man animated series, starting right now. Kraven! Already? Look at that, perfectly nice set of stairs on the outside of the building. Yeah, something tells me she doesn't want to go with you.
You cannot give your heart to another man. Don't touch me! I love you. I do not want to harm you. Dr. Crawford, watch out!
Whoosh! Don't put her back on the same roof.
Enough to haul you into the police.
Really? Oosh.
Faster than a speeding wedlock. Who am I dealing with here?
Whoa. Okay.
You're showing me the view, but I'm afraid of heights. Is this guy a pro wrestler? That would explain the tights.
Oh yeah. He's chasing him.
I hired him to help me look for Dr. James Reeves, a colleague of mine who disappeared while doing research in the jungle. We fell in love.
So when did he change from Brett Butler to Freddy Krueger?
Hey, Freddy Krueger.
It's a miracle drug. This substance could heal all wounds, preventing disease and infection.
Oosh.
Nothing I could do to save my love.
Except...
As I watched his condition deteriorate, I made a decision, one that still haunts me. New instincts burned in his blood.
Okay. Can he speak with animals, I wonder? Oh god.
He changed so much that he took a new name for himself. Kraven, the Hunter.
The guy that lives here is out of town. It ought to be okay for you to hide out here for a while.
How do you
I can't
know?
stay here. I must find a lab and finish my work.
We webbed across the city 10 stories high. It's not humanly possible to track us.
Kraven isn't human.
He's really about to ditch her for a date.
Then he let the cops will nab him first. Or maybe animal control.
I don't think the cops will get him. Tracking him through the webbing.
Sergey!
Oh god. Robbie!
What? Where is she? Where? Who are you? What's going on here? I can still smell her perfume. You are hiding her. You must be the other man. Other man?
He's gonna have to ditch her for this. Well, for Kraven.
I put on this monkey suit for nothing.
Let's skip the party afterwards and get a bite to eat. Just you and me, alone.
Really? Great.
And he won't be there.
Wow. That outfit brings out the animal in me. Felicia?
Oh shit.
What are you doing here? You can take me to the party later.
Yeah.
I was saying this might be a problem before this.
Go out with Mary Jane after the show.
Parker? Why is he leaving? There he goes with that disappearing act again.
Yo, Jungle Jim! Up here! Where is my woman? You're the hunter. Can't you find her?
He's got Robbie as well. Nice.
If I go, so does your comrade. My comrade? You jungle freak. If you hurt Robbie, you have 6 hours to save your friend. Bring me Mariah.
And he's setting traps. It's like Predator.
Why are you doing this? I was raised in the traditions of nobility, and now I live in the world of the jungle.
I don't like this image.
I'm letting Kraven call the shots. Maybe I should be looking for him instead. That's it. I must hunt the hunter. But where? Kraven is who I am. I belong among the animals.
When did he say that?
Of course.
Don't like. I'm guessing it works.
Oh, this is almost too obvious. Robbie's the bait. Okay, I'll bite.
There he goes.
Robbie!
Bloody hell. Steve Irwin was alive at this time. Couldn't you have asked him for help?
I don't know. Look, can't we talk this over like civilized men? Yes, your friend is lost. Your smoke screen's no match for my spider sense. You're nothing but an animal.
Where is he keeping all this? And you let that get you.
Sergey! I'm here! Let him go!
Doc, wait!
She took time to change.
No!
Oh! Oh! This looks familiar. Oh my god! Oh!
Let's do this the hard way. Not bad for a guy with a busted web shooter, huh? Great! Hang on!
Ooh. What are you doing? This is familiar.
I love you. Don't leave me. Pashasta. Please.
Drug.
I feel so strange.
That's the antidote. Taking a hit, Sergey. You're becoming once more the man I love.
Penny for your thoughts.
Will you please just tell me what's going on here? How did I get involved?
The nightmare
And he just gets to walk away.
again. Yeah, okay, bye-bye. Isn't the hero supposed to get the girl? I saved the city from jungle wolves.
Oh, no.
I'll be lucky if Mary Jane or Felicia ever speak to me again. Stick
Ah.
a fork in me. I'm done.
Okay. I don't think I would call it as entertaining as last episode. As good as last episode, so let me just get the ranking out of the way. Where did I stick? Where did I stick the last episode? Last episode, I put it below episode 5, but above episode 1. So, I think I did anyway. But anyway, where does this episode go? The corny love story might have just put it at the bottom for me, I'm afraid. I'm not that interested in Kraven as a villain, and the love story, I was just like, eh. So, yeah, I'm afraid this episode might have to go at the bottom. I'm sorry. Yeah, Kraven the Hunter was the villain of this one. Russian guy who was an expert hunter and trying to save the love of his life from an animal attack. Was he being attacked by hyenas before? But yeah, he got attacked and he had to be saved using this wonder miracle drug that Mariah found off her colleague, who was also an expert hunter. So they went into the jungle looking for her colleague, who had managed to develop a wonder drug that allowed him to live among the animals. And because he had already taken it and it was having an effect on his mind, making him like an animal, he gave it to her and said, find a cure or make it better. Yeah, he was telling her to find a cure, I'm guessing, but she had to, so he gave her the drug. But before she could make the antidote, she gave the drug to Kraven, who was dying. And then eventually he started behaving like an animal as well. So yeah, awkward. Because he started behaving like an animal, she went back to America and decided to try and develop the cure. Honestly, this episode was alright, I'm guessing. And you know what I said, and after a little brief fight with Kraven, I did like how he managed to track Spider-Man using the webs, though. Spider-Man takes Mariah and he drops her off at Robbie's apartment because he thinks Robbie's out of town. But Robbie is back from town because Jameson, of course. And I'm guessing that was Robbie who was coming home when she left. Because she heard someone was at the door and she thought it was Kraven, so she left. I'm guessing that was Robbie, but there was a weird transition there because the screen faded to black and then showed Robbie coming in, which that's supposed to signify like a passage of a little bit of time, but I guess not. And then Kraven arrives right after that, and he thinks that Robbie is the other man because it came across so uncomfortable and weird when he came to her and said, I'm here to take you back home, you can't give your love to another man. It sounded so stalkerish, which considering he's a hunter, he's probably tracked her back here. I'm not surprised. So, once again, awkward, and he thinks Robbie's the other man and takes him to try and lure Spider-Man or Mariah out. Yeah. Meanwhile, Peter has ditched Mariah in the first place and left her alone to go to a wildlife fashion show, which Mary Jane is modelling in a leopard print dress. And once again, I am surprised at the dirty language that comes out of this show. He's saying that the dress was bringing out the animal in him. And then Felicia shows up as well, and Mary Jane wants to skip the party after the show and go to a dinner. Felicia shows up and wants to go to the party with him. I would have ditched Felicia after last episode when she said she definitively said that she didn't want to be boyfriend and girlfriend with him. So that should make the thing pretty clear. But once again, Peter's awkward and he just won't tell her that, yeah, I'm here because I might be dating one of the models. He doesn't say that, but yeah. And once again, I'm thankful that we've got a bit of clarification on the fact that yes, he's got two women on the go at the same time, and they both appeared in this episode. and it's actually starting to hit him now. Bro, you're supposed to only have one girl. You've got to pick one, you can't have both. But it turns out he might not have any because he had to ditch the show, and Peter had to ditch the show, and Mary Jane and Felicia both saw him leave because Kraven showed up asking for Spider-Man because he tracked his scent to the show, which means he had to have tracked him to Aunt May's house, and then he tracked him here. Another little fight, brief fight. Kraven tells Spider-Man that he's kidnapped Robbie, bring Mariah to me, or he's dead. Eventually, Spider-Man just decides to go to the... He gets the idea of going to the zoo, and that's where he finds Kraven and Robbie in this predator-filled... in this trap that it looks like it was set up in Predator. Because honestly, that little montage of Kraven setting up all the traps in the zoo, it reminded me of Predator. You know when Arnie's setting up all the traps in the jungle. It just reminded me of that. Meanwhile, Doctor is heading all over town looking for, trying to use every lab that she can to make a cure. Eventually she does. Didn't really get that because apparently she just dropped a bit of it in water and then the rat just walks around its cage. Honestly, I don't get it, but yeah. Eventually, after third fight between Kraven and Spider-Man, Mariah shows up, accidentally trips off one of Kraven's traps, and then gets thrown into a lion cage. Robbie's just confused throughout this whole thing. He's like, why am I involved? Honestly, and as well, I said it in the reaction, I didn't like the little view of Kraven keeping Robbie in a cage. It's not the best look. Eventually, just history repeats itself. Kraven's injured trying to defend her from animals, and they've got to use the cure on him to... How does using the cure on him save him? Because the cure is supposed to heal all injuries, prevent diseases and everything, and yet curing him from that drug is what saved him? Because giving him the drug is what saved him in the first place, and now he's got a similar injury, which he should have recovered from because he's already got the drug, but you've got to take the drug out to cure? And then he just gets to walk away at the end of the episode. He doesn't even go to prison or anything. Mate, what's going on? It's not like he escaped, and it's not like he went to prison. He got to have a happy ending. What? Why? Dude, you just kidnapped Robbie. Surely you get to walk away. Because you stalked your girlfriend back here, and... mate. And he gets to have a happy ending, and like Peter said, Mary Jane and Felicia might not want to speak to him again because he ditched the party. He ditched the fashion show. Honestly, I've got to say, 7 episodes in now, I've got to say some issues I have with the show is I see a lot of repeated animation. I do see a lot of repeated animation, like the constant web slinging montages. It's all the same animation, and I guess that might be a budget saving thing. And then it felt like we were just watching a lot of shots that were just either cropped out. Like you got a little, like there was a show it. There was like a little shot of Spider-Man diving towards Kraven, and then it cuts, and then it's like Kraven's crouching on the ground and Spider-Man's just flying off to the other side of the screen. It's like, did they cut that? Why? And then there was one where Kraven threw Spider-Man over his head, and then you're supposed to get the shot of Spider-Man hitting the wall, but it's like it happened on the top corner of the screen. It's like the shot has been cropped or something. And it's just certain issues I have, like, and there's no excuse that like it's the 90s, just how it was. We have watched another 90s show on this channel called Batman the Animated Series, and it does it so much better. And honestly, I'm a fan of the Batman animated style of animation as opposed to this. I don't mind this, but I just find the Batman one like more streamlined, and I can understand why people say DC's got better animation Marvel usually, because out of the two, I think Batman has the better animation style, and for the reasons I just mentioned, I'm like, why are you cutting shots like that, and why are you repeating animation like that? It's fine. I still like the show. I'm still going to react to it, so don't hate me. I've just got to say, like, surely I'm not the only one who's seen those problems. And I realise that I have spent this whole episode and I didn't record the episode footage, so I'm gonna have to play the episode again to get the episode footage for the reaction. So yeah, that just puts another problem in front of it. But anyway, it was still an alright episode. Might have been top of bottom of the ranking, but you know what? It's all fine. We'll just see what iconic Spider-Man villain shows up next time. But until next time, we are over and out. Bye!